Lucas had always struggled to express his emotions. Deep in his heart, he always missed the moments with his father. Growing up in a bustling industrial city where the streets hummed with the sounds of factory sirens and the distant chatter of street vendors, his father was a man of few words. Theirs was a world of long work hours, calloused hands, and unspoken love. A hard worker and a provider, his father carried the burden of responsibility with silent dignity, never once complaining about the weight he bore. Their home was modest, nestled between towering apartment complexes with flickering streetlights that cast long, distorted shadows. The scent of freshly baked bread from a nearby bakery often mingled with the crisp evening air, a small comfort in their otherwise routine life. Inside, the walls of their apartment were adorned with fading photographs, capturing frozen moments of happiness that had long been buried beneath the passage of time. Still, Lucas knew his father loved him, and he loved his father just as much, but they never said it aloud. It was an unspoken understanding, buried beneath the weight of tradition, masculinity, and a shared quietness. One evening, as Lucas was getting ready for bed, he had a strange, inexplicable feeling, a sense of urgency, as if something was about to change. His heart felt heavy and his thoughts were restless. The city outside continued its relentless rhythm, cars honking, distant sirens wailing, but none of it could distract him from the feeling deep in his chest. He wanted to tell his father, just once, "I love you." It was such a simple phrase, yet it felt impossible to say. Instead, as he passed his father's room, he stopped at the door. His father was sitting at the edge of the bed, the dim glow of a single bedside lamp illuminating the lines of exhaustion etched onto his face. His broad shoulders were slightly slouched, his fingers interlocked as he stared at the floor, lost in thought. Lucas opened his mouth, but the words caught in his throat. He hesitated. Then, finally he spoke. "Good night, Dad." His father looked up, meeting his son's eyes for a brief moment. A small smile formed on his tired face, and he responded softly, "Good night, son." Lucas went to bed with a strange uneasiness in his chest, but he brushed it aside, promising himself that tomorrow, yes, tomorrow, he would finally say it. But tomorrow never came the way he expected. The next morning, Lucas awoke to the sound of his mother's heart-wrenching cries. His hands trembled as he rushed to the living room, only to see her collapsed on the floor, the phone shaking in her grasp. The usually warm glow of the morning sun did nothing to ease the suffocating weight pressing down on him. Her voice cracked as she uttered the words that would shatter his world. "Your father, he's gone. There was an accident at work. He didn't make it." Lucas's world spun. His breath caught in his throat. His legs gave out beneath him, and he sank to his knees, his mind refusing to accept the truth. No, not like this. Not before he could tell him. Tears streamed down his face as the weight of regret crushed him. The words he had held back, the love he had never spoken, now a ghost in his heart, haunting him. He would never get another chance. At the funeral, as he stood before his father's grave, surrounded by mourners dressed in black, the air was thick with the scent of damp earth and wilting flowers. Lucas whispered, his voice breaking, "I love you, Dad. I always have. I just wish I had said it sooner." Never hold back words of love. We often assume there will be another day, another chance. But sometimes life doesn't give us that luxury. Say what you feel. Show your love while you still can, because one day the opportunity may be gone forever.